Hello, good afternoon everyone. This is Life Issue and this is Blessing. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. Please don't forget to hit the red button so that you can subscribe to our channel because it help also. All right, so let's talk about African voodoo. Yes, voodoo. When you watch Nollywood movie and you see the incantation, when we watch these things in our mind, it's like, oh, this were in the olden days or in a far distance land. It's done by all these village people who are uneducated, who are very primitive. But when this practice, we see people who are educated, and we see these things happening in our before in urban city, it brings back home to us the fact that even though we have so many churches in our streets, so many pastors, many mosques, so many imams, what we see is a facial and artificial practice by some. People actually call God God, but inside them, there is no atom of religiosity or atom of God. I don't want to call religiosity because people say they're not practicing religion, but I'm talking about there is no atom of holiness in them. Why am I saying this? 2 videos emerged this week that made me start thinking about voodoo, about the fact that in a world that we live in, some spiritual things are happening that we are not even aware of. You cannot afford to live your life thinking that everything is okay. It's either you are worshiping God, but you must embrace that God with your whole heart. If you are not worshiping a particular, that means if you are not a herbalist or worshiping Mami Water or worshiping any of these demonic and satanic beings that we hear about, then you must be serious with your supposed religion. Now, when I call religion, I'm talking about Christianity or Muslim. You cannot just not be anywhere lukewarm. Somebody somewhere will mess up your life for you. You might think you are so good, you are so kind, but remember, wicked people don't look at your kindness. They just are wicked. They want to destroy you for no just cause. You don't even know why they are after you. You don't even know who they are. It could be your mom, it could be your sister, it could be your husband, it could be your brother, it could be somebody you don't even know who just passed you and just don't take any liking to you and decide to destroy you for no just cause. It could be your next door neighbor who is angry because you bought a TV or maybe because you have a child. So you cannot afford in this spiritual world that we live in to live yourself like that without a God backing you up. Why am I talking about this? I know people say, what's going on? What is this? I'm going to bring you a story of a man who was lucky. I'll say he was lucky because the person that caged his future, the person that wanted to destroy his destiny, left this on a KK. So KK in Africa is called tricycle. Now look at this. Look at the picture above. This is what someone did with this man's picture. Caged him, tied him up. Unluckily for this person, his luck ran out. He left a tricycle, leaving the bag where his portfolio of a human being dead was put in from bondage.
Woman they carry this kind bag.
And I God will make him forget about it.
Oh boy, so people still do this kind of thing for life. People still they try to follow man like this for life. For this generation.
I saw this video and when I saw it, I was like, oh my God. I tried to look at what's happened here. I tried to look at what people are saying about this. And what came into my mind was Nollywood, African Nollywood. Is this real? But it is real. We know it's real. We've heard of people who are doing so well, whose business are flourishing, who had a lot of prospect in their life, and all of a sudden, they don't know what happened. Everything is lost. We've heard of people who went to school, who did everything right, but they cannot get a job, not mind the fact that they had first class. We had people who just gone mad without them doing anything or having a precondition. They just wake up one morning and they are mad. So the question now is, where do you belong? Because you cannot live your life without having a deity, without having something, a power behind you. I'm not going to miss word. I'm going to say it. Either you are worshiping God or you are worshiping the devil. And anyone you decide to worship, you need to hold on fast to that particular God. Because there are wicked people out there just after your destiny. This is a normal thing that are happening in our midst. Someone just wakes up and wants to use someone else's destiny. Someone decides that someone else's children are the ones that they will kill for their ritual, while their own children are left to live. And we think there is no karma and there is no repercussion. Not when God is God. You see, this person did this thinking that they would get away. This brings me to the next story. Now, for this next story, you see, when we know what we know, when we know there is no similarity or there is no relationship between God and the devil, between Baal and God, we know native doctor, we know them, we know what their ways are. We know that when they give you, they take back. We know their sacrifices, and we know that things must be done for you to get the power that you seek from them. So, knowing this, knowing our society, when we see this video of a pastor having a shrine in his house, we wonder what is happening.
Pastor!
What did they use of all this?
I'm a spiritual man. I don't like myself. I'm a spiritual man. This is not my things. Do you do the work of God? You people have asked me in my house. I did not kill anybody. I did not do anything bad.
Do you do the work of God without this native property?
Medicine what?
Look at you.
I am not the medicine doctor. I'm a spiritual man.
That man that you see happens to be a pastor of a very popular church. This man had a shrine in his home. There was a tip-off and the police came. You see, I heard him saying that it is his right. He has a right to worship or do whatever he wants to do. I get it. I mean, we have freedom of worship in Africa, in Nigeria, in Ghana. We all have freedom to decide to be an Obanje, a Mame Water, a pastor. We all have freedom to decide to be a native doctor, to be a ritualist, to be an Oboni worshipper. We all have that right. But people wonder how light and darkness can mix together. How can you have a church with congregation and you stand in the pulpit and you preach Jesus to them? When they preach this Jesus, which Jesus are they even I don't even get it. When they call Jesus on the pulpit and the power behind them is demonic power, which Jesus are they calling? Which when they now do the miracles, because these are all about signs and wonders. These are all about showmanship, like I said before in my previous video. This is people wanting for power, wanting for wealth, not minding the sacrifices they have to make, the souls they have to kill just to get that fame. The pastor saying that he has the right to worship his traditional, what's a word? What kind of a world are we living in? Where are we heading to? I have to bring this story to you, so that you can always ask yourself a question. The spirit of the man that you're listening to, is it from God. Because so many people call themselves man of God, man of God. Really, they are not. There is a demonic power behind them. So when I saw this video, I had to bring it here. It's about time we in Christianity also understand that the Bible did say that the judgment must first start in the church. It must start from us in Christianity, in Islam, in whatever religion that we believe in. We need to ask ourselves a question. Who are the wolves in our midst? Who are those people that are actually destroying what we are building? And we should be bold enough to expose them. We should be bold enough to declare these are not the spirit of God, but they are the spirit of the Antichrist. Someone somewhere who wanted to be a Christian or who is a baby Christian will see this pastor who must have a TV program, who must have been doing crusade, person must have gotten born again, and now that's her pastor saying that he has the right to also be a traditionalist. How would this young child or this young believer, how would that person grow? What kind of doctrine would this person believe in? End of the day, these are the signs of the end time. Thank you so much for watching. What do you guys think about this video? What do you guys think about your salvation? As a Christian, as a Muslim, you need to know God for yourself. You need to know who you believe in for yourself. You need to study the word for yourself. Enough of my pastor said, my pastor said. What did the word of God say? What is the written word saying about that situation? When we get to heaven, you're not going to be standing with your pastor. It is what you know from the word. God bless you.
You know the woman they carry this kind of bag.
And I go make him forget about.